Look, I mean, I cannot praise Blackjack's team enough. I think we shouldn't water down their achievement. I think they surprised me, truth be told. Chess, nonsense, and analysis.
Yes, Watu. Here we are again. We brought a special guest with as well. So, what are we doing today?
Well, I think even before we jump into the exciting topic, today's topic, you are in Germany, and I see Lance is there besides you, and you started in Budapest Olympiad.
Yes, so I've been on quite a trip building up for the Olympiad where Robin, of course, is playing, and I decided to, as the tournament started, I decided to make a stop in the German headquarters of
Nice.
the Chess Nonsense and Analysis Studio. So, of course, lots of our viewers might actually know our talented commentator Lance van Vogel. Welcome, Lance.
Hi, thanks, Calvin. Thanks for
Welcome,
having me.
Lance.
Thanks, Watu, for you guys for having me in your show. It will be quite interesting. But I'm also happy also to see a friend also visiting on this side. But I couldn't take you now to the Bundesliga and see how they play on this side. But yeah.
I'm sure we'll make time for that for next occasion. But of course, the other thing that's nice is Lance is originally from the Eastern Province chess scene, so he's also got a nice perspective when it comes to local leagues and so on. So we'll be keen to hear his opinion on some of these clashes. But yes, so the main topic of the day, Watu, what are we looking at?
The main topic of today is the league. So we're looking at all the divisions. It's been a hard-fought league, and teams going up, teams going down, and it's really excitement galore, and lots of surprises. And yeah, that is what we're looking at today.
Fantastic. So, of course, to the viewers, we're going to be showing a nice game today. Of course, we cannot show the entirety of the last 3 rounds, but we are going to be covering the last 3 rounds. The league is effectively done now, and we've got new champions. We've got new champions. It was a long race. Watu, I missed the last 3 rounds. You had a better view of what happened. Was there fireworks? Was there drama? What happened?
There was fireworks, there was drama, and it's all coming. And so, but I think what we need to do first and foremost, let us sort the order out. Let's look at all the other divisions first. Let's see which teams are coming up, what to expect next season. And then, because I feel for me, what was exciting in all the divisions, it was the teams that have been dominating all along, to see would they continue their dominance, right? And so all of the sections extremely exciting.
I can recall from our previous streams. There's been quite a bit of a tussle in the other divisions, in all the divisions. So. Shall we start with the D division? I believe there was some playoffs there that was played.
Exactly. So I actually found out later that the D division, they actually, because I think first was 30 teams, right? Plus minus. And then they had you had to qualify to play the playoffs.
Yes.
And what is of interest to me is if you look at the regular, so there were 6 teams that made it into the playoff. And remember, Helderberg was dominating from the word go.
Yeah.
Right? And they actually did win. I mean, Helderberg won, and second was Observatory Chess Club B. But what is of interest to me is to note that actually in the playoff, Helderberg lost to Observatory Chess Club B.
Oh,
they lost 4.5. It's very interesting. But what actually happens is that Observatory Chess Club then draws three games, or rather
Ah,
3 matches, right? They thought 3 matches, and that's where I guess they lose the points, but they did win their head-to-head. So this is very, very exciting.
interesting. So too many draws is gonna make you drop a lot of half a points. So I guess they weren't cutthroat enough for those matches, even though they won the direct encounter. So yeah, congrats to Helderberg for winning that section. Not sure how many teams go up from the D, Watu.
I am not sure as well.
Yeah, so
I'm
we should
hoping to.
probably
Uh,
confirm that. But well
mhm.
done to Helderberg over there. And
Maybe one of
then,
the
yeah,
maybe one of the viewers would know would then let us know with the comments. No?
yes.
Hmm.
Okay, so that was the playoffs for the D division.
Yes.
Are we moving to the C?
Let's move over to the C, and yeah, the C was also hard fought, and the winning team was Blackjacks B. And now comes the interesting thing, because Steinitz C is second and Kraaifontein B is third. But I think what is actually going to happen is that Kraaifontein is going to jump over Steinitz, because Steinitz cannot be promoted because they've got a team in the
Yes.
in the B, right?
Yes. So so
Yes.
Steiner C won't move up, and then who takes the second spot? Rivendell.
Then Kraaifontein B takes the second spot,
Okay.
and then
Interesting.
they move to the B. Yeah. So very interesting. And look, remember we did say that the C division was mainly, the question was what to do with the depth of Steinitz. And if you look at it, second was Steinitz C, and fourth was Steinitz D.
Yes.
I mean, have you ever experienced something like this, Lance? Such a strong team, with so much depth.
That's great stuff there by Steiners in that section. So yeah, well done in the C division. The champions are Blackjacks B, right? So they moving.
Yes.
Okay, well done to them.
Do we go
Okay,
B now?
let's go. Let's go. I want to hear what happened in the B. The B was we had Belleville and Delft and all those, and Observatory, all those teams over there fighting for pole position. What happened in the B?
You see, in the B division, we really had a humdinger, because if you look at it, Belleville A just dominated. They didn't lose a single. They won all their matches, and I mean, these guys were there to make a statement. They were there to make a statement, and they did.
Nice.
I mean, the defending champions, which is Steinitz B. If you look at it, Steinitz B lost to Belleville A. They lost to Delft A, and they drew against Observatory A. So, the teams, they came all guns blazing against Steinitz B, which are the defending champions. And, so we're having Belleville as first and dominant, and then second is Delft A. What is interesting about the Delft A, they almost didn't make it, because they actually lost 2 matches. Delft A lost against Belleville, 2.5, but they also lost against, very interestingly, against Observatory A. They lost 4-2. You see?
Okay, I remember you told me on a previous occasion. I think in the last year's in the C division, and Obs
Yes.
was also claiming to have beaten Delft in that section. So
Exactly. And it happened. Remember, I told you that I was talking to one gentleman who was playing for Observatory, and they said they were going to beat Delft, and they did.
So they did it again this year.
They did again this year, but this time, Delft is. It was actually same match points, but in terms of game points, Delft was putting teams away.
That's important as well. Yeah.
Yes, it helped them, and so we want to see now how they will fare in the Premier, in the 8th division. It's going to be very, very exciting.
So Belleville is back, and Delft is there as well. Well done to them. Hard luck to us for missing out on that tie break there, game points.
Yeah,
So yeah, that was a toughly contested league,
very
basically.
tough.
Okay,
Should we now go to the A division?
good stuff. Yeah, let's hear what happened in the Premier.
Now, in the A division, everything happens in so there was a Saturday games on a Saturday and a Sunday, and that Saturday there was going to be a double round, and Sunday was going to be a morning round. So obviously, it was everything was going to happen there, and actually in round 9 is where the action and the drama starts. Okay, here's what happens. So in round 9, the because in these teams, a team that is in the relegation or fighting relegation can actually influence who takes the title, isn't it? Because they are fighting their own.
They are fighters, yeah. They're fighting for their lives, basically.
They're fighting for their lives.
Yeah.
So what happens is that I was actually observing this, and and I was saying to the guys, the results of the win of the team winning, this year in A was written in the stars. Everything aligned for them. Okay, and not undeservedly. They really played well, but everything aligned for them. It starts in round 9, according to my analysis. And where does it start? It starts because what happens is that in round 9, the relegation threatened ACL plays against Prefontaine. Okay?
Okay.
And Lance, this is the story I was saying that I was saving up to tell you. So here's what happens. It comes down to the last game. The score is 3.5 each. 3.5, 3.5. Okay? It comes down to the game between Ruben Salimo, got one game. Ruben Salimo is playing against Waylon Brandon, right? And Ruben told me this. I wasn't there in the morning round. So Ruben, he actually tells me this story. And he says, the score is 3.5, 3.5, but now they are sitting in a good position because Ruben is actually 2 moves away from checking mate. From giving mate. He's got checkmate in 2 moves.
Yeah.
Checkmate in 2 moves. He's got on the board. And if he checkmates in 2 moves, then ACL beats Kraaifontein, right? And ACL is safe.
It's out of the danger zone.
It's out of the danger zone. This is very, very important. Very, very important. This plays a key part to who takes the league. Is that game? Is that match? The match between ACL and Kraaifontein. That's where
the decider.
The decider. So what actually happens there is that Ruben says, inexplicably, he says he cannot explain this. But instead of checkmating in 2 moves, he somehow inexplicably manages to blunder his queen.
Whoa.
Right? Yes.
Okay.
He blunders his queen. Inexplicably, he says. So now it goes from completely winning to lost. He blunders his queen, he loses the game, and what happens? Devastation. Because now Kraaifontein beats ACL 4.5, 3.5. So
but how
now,
did this happen? Sorry to jump in there, Watu. I just want to know how did this happen? This queen blunder, was it? What was going through his mind when this happened?
Time trouble or what?
Yeah.
Look, he says, I asked him the same question. I had to ask them. You have to ask them. I said, Ruben, are you in time trouble? He says that is why I am mentioning this result, because for me, I am 100% convinced, gentlemen, that it's written in the stars that Blackjacks is winning, and this is the result that lets them win, and that we will see. because Ruben says, no, I am not in time travel. I'm actually ahead on time.
Wow. Okay.
He says he cannot explain it. He just cannot explain how it happened.
Yeah.
He cannot explain it. But Peter is it pay. Flanders is queen, gone, and now ACL is back to where they were before. And now you have to remember, put yourself in the shoes of the players of ACL, because ACL is playing 3 tough games in the last stretch. Okay? They're fighting for relegation. They need each and every point. They are playing Kraaifontein. Now, Kraaifontein is a formidable side. But what happens, Lance, is that Kraaifontein was actually in the lead. Okay? But Kraaifontein, things go wrong. They had some bad days, and they dropped the lead. And but it shows that they're still a young squad. They will be a good squad, but they are still a young squad, and they're not able to come back. Right? And they just slide. They slide down. They just keep sliding. ACL is got Kraaifontein, but then ACL is going to play Steinitz. And Steinitz is fighting for the title. And then in the last round, ACL is going to play Manyanan. And Manyanan is fighting for the title. So what I'm trying to say is, if you are a player of ACL and you're looking at these matches, you're saying to yourselves, guys, basically our last chance to rescue is Kraaifontein.
Yeah.
Because they are a formidable side, but they are wounded. Right? We need to get something, out of Kraaifontein match. We have to. It doesn't happen. Not only does it not happen, it doesn't happen in the most brutal, cruel way you can imagine.
Yeah.
Where you actually have it. This is it's snatching defeat from the jaws of victory.
It's painful, eh? I can imagine.
It's ridiculously painful. It's ridiculously painful. And now, however, this pain that befalls on ACL is now important for the next game. This is the round. So that was round 9. Now we come to round 10. And now you see, I have to paint this picture, because you need to paint the picture to see those guys. They were like possessed ACL, because they have to be. And you can imagine the drama, and they have the game, and it goes and everything, right? Now they play in the afternoon. They play against Steinitz. It's not the last chance, but they're running out of chances. And I'm telling you, it becomes, I've seen some amazing things. I mean, players who I will not mention by name, of course, but players who are extremely experienced. Okay, I see them getting out-muscled by new players, young players, because they have to. These young players just have to. It's that match, gentlemen. I cannot describe it to you. We were playing against a Blackjacks, which is there was drama there as well. However, it was not even the focal point.
Wow.
The focal point was that match between, and no one would have thought about it. Normally on any given day, if you look at the depth that we've talked about, Steinitz.
You put your money on Steinitz, right? For that matchup.
Anytime.
It would be a routine day in the office for Steinitz.
Yeah, exactly. You're thinking, routine day at the office. You're thinking routine day. You're looking at the match and you are saying, Steinitz can be very brutal. You're thinking, we're just going to see the final score. Is ACL going to get anything? Because Steinitz, once they get you, they want to take everything.
Yeah.
So in my mind, I'm thinking, okay, this is and remember, I didn't know the drama because I was not there in the morning round. I just came for the afternoon round. I didn't know the morning. I didn't know the drama. So I'm looking at this match, and I look and I see the absolute focus that these guys in ACL are having. I'm talking about like outside the board. Just this, And I am telling you, the match went crazy. What happens there is unbelievable. So this match between ACL against Stanitz goes down the wire.
Ooh.
The score 3.5.
Yeah. Ooh.
Last game is played. And that is the footage that we're going to show our viewers, right? So I'm telling you, at that time, our match, okay, let's postpone now to our match. So in our match, we're playing against Blackjacks. And of course, we are a little bit wounded because you are not there. You had to leave early for the Olympiad.
Yeah.
But okay, we do get more. More comes in, and we are sort of we're solid.
Yeah.
And when I look at the match, we were looking we really were looking good. We were really looking good. And as I say, I'm not going to mention names, but one of our players, very experienced player, normally is extremely reliable, and this guy's got big match temperament. When you need a point, or let's say you need a fight. You need someone who's going to just fight. Doesn't care about the result. The fight. You need a fight. He's one of the first guys you want to call, right? And I look at his position, and he's better. So now I start counting points, right? According to the positions, because that's what you do.
Yeah.
It's not guaranteed, but mentally you just start looking. Start, okay, we're in trouble here. Okay, there maybe half. There, you start going there. But either we are ahead. We are ahead, and not only are we ahead, we are comfortably ahead.
Okay.
We are comfortably ahead. We're looking good. I don't know. As I say, I was busy with my own game. By the time I got up, the match, that game that I'm talking about, it finished. So I'm not sure what happened. But our tried and trusted player managed to lose the game.
Okay.
Yeah, managed to lose the game. And I'm telling you, unfamiliar things are happening. I mean, we've got players who are extremely tactical. Like, right? Extremely tactical. And I say I'm not going to mention names again. And one of our, like, a player with an incredible talent in tactics, they drop a piece in one.
It's the pressure, I suppose, right?
Yeah, it's everything. It's everything.
Yeah.
And anyway, look, the match ends. It ends 4-4.
4-4.
4-4. So for us, we cannot win anymore.
Yeah.
Right. So now it's the battle is between now Prefontaine and Steinitz.
Between Blackjacks and Steinitz.
Excuse me, sorry.
Yeah.
Blackjacks and Steinitz.
Yeah.
But remember, unfortunately, because Blackjacks was ahead, Steinitz beat Blackjacks. They edged them out 3.5.
Yeah.
Previous round. So now it looked like the whole world. It was the whole hall. I mean, there wasn't space. Guys were standing on the stage to get a glimpse of the game.
Okay.
This is the last game it's not the last game in the hall, but of the match between Steinitz against ACL. It's a big battle. Huge. And the pressure, you can feel it. There's pressure everywhere. Because there's pressure for Steinitz. They need the point to win the league. And they know it because they've just seen the result now. Right? And ACL needs something to stay alive. So madness in terms of pressure.
Yeah.
And the game is going and whoa, I am telling you, It was amazing. But in the end, that game is drawn.
And that made the match 4-4.
Or 4.
Aha. Steiners drew against ACL.
Yes.
Oof.
Steiners draws against ACL. But now, when Steiners draws against ACL, this is basically handing the title to Blackjacks.
Because Blackjacks is already now clear of Steinitz and Manyanani. And yeah, okay.
And Krafontein, and they've played everybody. And it was amazing. I mean, I could not believe, and again, to show that this was written in the stars, because I was talking. Craig Willenberg was there because he had drawn against Ruben.
Okay.
In his match. Yeah. So he was there watching. Everyone's watching. And so I'm communicating with Craig. You know, like when it's because we cannot say anything. Like when you see something, I'm looking at him and I'm
just eyes.
Yeah, eyes. Like you see a move, I'm like,
yeah.
He's move, you know.
Yeah.
And he, he's checking, so we're communicating. And afterwards, because there were some missed chances from Steinitz' side. Steinitz is the one who was pressing in that match. But then some missed chances, pressure, and when they drew, I actually said to Craig, okay, but you guys, you've done this to yourselves. I mean, yeah. I mean, you cannot do this and expect that to win the title.
Yeah, I mean, I guess they slept. I mean, they did such a good job hitting the leaders, Blackjacks, in the previous round. Now drawing against ACL, yeah, they let it slip out of their own hands, basically.
Yeah, and they beat us as well. They beat Manyanani.
So they did the hard work, and now just to win that winning position, it was the final stretch, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So okay, anyway, be that as it may, the winners of this of the league, Blackjacks.
Blackjacks secured the final round, and
they won, and then Steinitz second and Manyanani third.
So those three.
Before we talk about Blackjacks more, let's just talk about relegation.
Yeah.
I think 2 teams are being. It is.
I think it's Elsie's River.
Elsie's River we had already established.
Yes.
And also
UCT.
UCT. Surprising results.
Yeah.
And another.
Sorry, Watu. I think that bottom positions. I think UCT ended second last on tiebreak. Even I believe, if I'm correct, I think ACL had the same match points. That extra half a match point that they got from Steinitz got them at least to the point now, and their game points were enough to go past UCT. So that was crucial, like you said. And so unfortunately for UCT, they are the second team with LCs that are going to get relegated. But ACL jumped out of the fire there. Basically.
Yeah, they fought. No, they well deserved. Well deserved. What a fight.
I can also. Please continue.
Another team that for me, is eye-catching, incredible result.
Yeah.
Is a team that has just been relegated. That has been just promoted. Excuse me. That has just been promoted. Crossroads.
Yes.
And fourth.
Wow.
Fourth.
Wow.
But behind the big guns, I mean, first we're talking Blackjacks. Second, we're talking Steinitz. Third, we're talking Manyanani.
And there's Crossroads 4. Brilliant.
Incredible result.
That's an amazing achievement, yes, for them. Debuting in the Premier.
Yeah, I want to ask you, that's their first time playing in the Premier.
Last year they played in the B.
Yeah.
And now they entered in the A with a bit of a young team as well, right, Watu?
Young team. They are the team of the future. Team of the future.
So
but
they
I think
cause
now we
some
need
upsets in this. They cause some upsets.
Definitely, they beat the defending champions. They beat so many very good. Yes, incredible. But I think the team of the moment, of course, now is Blackjacks.
Oh, of course. Well, congratulations to Blackjacks. I don't know how they've been in the A division for quite a while now, but I remember they've been yeah, fighting their way up, and finally when they got to the A, truly became a nice force, and now all of a sudden winning it for the first time. It's like a fairy tale story.
You know
For
what?
them.
Now that you say that, now that you mention that, Calvin, it's actually very interesting because, as happens in life, Lance, we see the end product and we say fairy tale story, we say, overnight success, But I was reading a post on Facebook, and they were started by 5 friends. I mean, the club was started by 5 friends who were juniors.
Okay.
Yeah, they were juniors when they started the club, and kids almost, and it's been growing from strength to strength and so on, and they've been having this eye on the prize, and I think
And tell
fully
me,
deserved.
do they have more teams? They only have one team.
I think they got promoted in the C, right? The B team.
Okay.
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly,
Okay, they got
exactly.
promoted as well.
Got some
Okay,
depth as
wow.
well.
Okay, that's
No,
good.
no, they have. Look, you know what? That this, for me, when I look at blackjacks, I see a method and I see a plan. Because, and I'll tell you why I'm saying that. Because they took some of their players who are actually very, very good players, premier players, and they were playing in the sea, right?
Holding
They
the
let them.
squad.
Yeah, they let them. So basically, what you are doing, and they also have many youngsters in the team. So so it's gonna give them a beautiful platform, because I believe that if you've got a team in the Premier and a team on B section, all players, right? Because a youngster can play in the B and get ready and then play
Then
in
you,
the.
yeah.
So there is a pathway there for them to get into the A team. You know what I mean?
Exactly. So I'm very, very impressed with them, and I hope that they grow from strength to strength, because such teams actually, sometimes we get lost in our own team, in a sense that we want our team to do well. But if you think about it, it's like any other sport. If you've got teams that are doing well, it's not only good for that team, but it's good for everybody else. The standard goes up.
Yeah.
The standard goes up. The other teams start getting forced to also do more, right?
Yeah.
So it's always this strange situation that you are fighting for your team, but for me, I also back teams that are coming up, because I understand that it's good for the sport. It's very, very good for the sport. If actually, it's interesting that you guys are now in Germany over there, because I think for me, if we make a parallel to football, if you look at, I believe that German football strong, but it's not where it used to be. And I would say one of the reasons, mainly because Bayern is dominating, is so dominant. It's too dominant.
Yeah.
If you understand, it's too dominant to a point where now you are not able to raise the other talents. The other talents are not able to come up. You know what I mean? So that's always the danger as well. You need many teams that are coming up and strong and so on.
Yeah, it's good for the
So
league.
I'm very happy.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, and I like actually, I just want to butt in here, when you mentioned about, especially with the deciding games at the end, and now you have the top two teams, they're fighting, and now you're playing a team at the bottom that's trying to fight relegation, but you don't know they're going to put up a fight for you. So it's not like you're getting the point automatically, especially maybe even the last rounds, guys are tired, there's emotions. So there's a lot of build up, a lot of things can happen and things like that. So it's good also these teams going to the A section, and then they want to prove themselves as well. So it is a good thing all around. So it keeps the top teams also alert that anything can happen. So it just pushes everyone.
Yeah, no, basically, Watu, on a final point on that, Lance, when you're playing events, usually, like it's just your normal tournament, right? The long tournament, at the end, those you kind of just naturally expect more draws to happen, and then every one is so crucial. You kind of look at the pairings, you think, this one is going to win or that, and somehow there's more draws that happen, even though it's so chaotic at the end. So you need to expect the unexpected. Anything can happen, and then the rankings and the ratings and everything goes down the drain basically for that chaos and people fighting or teams fighting. So sounds like we had some drama there in the premiere. Are we gonna have a look at some action on the board? What game are we looking at today, Watu?
Well, look, I would have really loved to look at a game by the newly crowned champions, Blackjacks, and I hope that their players will send us their games and in the critical rounds that we can have a look. But the game that was sent to us was a game between Manyanani against ACL. This was in the last round, and beautiful game, really. And let's have a look at that.
Okay, so the featured game we have here, Ruben Salimo from ACL has got the white pieces versus Matt Firogov with the black pieces.
Yes.
Okay, right, let's have a look. So Ruben goes d4, Matthew goes d5. We have a Slav on the board. Exchange variation. Knight c3 looks pretty standard.
May I comment before?
Of course.
Before e5. Before e5.
All right.
Look, Ruben is a very, very experienced player, and I think that we all now know the talent that is Matfi, and and I think when Ruben plays c takes d5, he wants to contain Matfi.
Yeah.
Right. He wants to get a position that is going to be quiet,
slow position, symmetrical,
symmetrical position.
Yeah,
and the center is locked. You see, because there's this thing about when you're fighting against someone who's very strong tactically with surprising moves and attacks, you need to keep the center closed, and because then it's not so easy for them to do everything. So he wants to probably go bishop f4, knight f3, e3. That very solid line, and then try to outplay him. But there's a rude awakening already immediately here.
We saw it. I have never seen it here before. Matthew just injected some life here into this position.
Absolutely.
e5. Okay, white accepts. d4. Queen a5 check.
Yes.
So white played knight d2. Is bishop d2 a possibility, or is white not?
It must be. Bishop d2.
Bishop b4.
Do you play bishop b4? You don't take. Because if you play bishop b4, I probably play knight d6 check, right?
So you have to go queen e5 probably then.
You have to take. You have to take on e5, and then I will play something, knight g3 or something.
Okay, I'm sure bishop d2 is an alternative there.
It's an alternative, yeah. It's an alternative.
Okay, let's see. So knight d2 was played.
Yes.
c6. And it seems like some strange gambit that black has played.
Does not remind you guys of the what is this? The one with d4, d5, c4, e5, d, e5, d4. What is it called?
The Alban counter gambit, something like this.
It's the Alban counter gambit, right? It has the same. It reminds one of the shape at least.
Yes. So
where you cannot get out so
I
easily.
can't play e3 easily.
Yes, and the next move for me is I mean really this I really enjoy Memphis games, and I think that he's a youngster with a lot of potential, and I think that he's got a lot of talent. When we speak of talent, of course, there's many different talents. There is a tactical talent. There's also positional talent. Someone who can put their pieces in such an amazing way. There's end game talent, right? There's all kinds of talents, of course. But when I look at his games, I really feel that he's got this ability, not only tactics, but dynamic play. So if he feels the dynamic play, and he somehow knows which routes to follow for the game to be dynamic.
Yeah, he has that feeling to steer the game into that directions.
Exactly. I mean, look at the next move he plays.
So the next move.
I love it.
Beautiful stuff. Last, what do you think about H5?
I mean, just looking at it first, it's not anticipated, from a white point of view, because I think maybe white is just thinking, okay, I'm gonna play G3 and check to my bishop and just short castle and let's see, get some normality in the position. But in H5, that makes you think.
H4 already coming, right? Black is not letting you breathe.
Exactly. It's what do you do?
So yeah, nice creativity there by Medfi. I just want to tell the viewers actually, there's another nice game by Medfi on our channel. It's called Romantic Chess at Langebaan, I think. You want to see more action, more romantic chess? Go and check out that video as well. Very entertaining. But yes, Medfi is putting some heat on the board here again with H5. Beautiful.
Beautiful.
So how does Ruben respond? For the G3 natural, white I guess needs to continue with his development, right? Yeah. And black just continues.
Amazing.
Whew. Okay, now of course white has options here. White decides to play G takes H4. Not the prettiest move on the board. Sometimes you need to defend in an ugly way, but that doesn't look nice, Watu.
Look, I mean, I let's go back. I mean, I would try anything in my power and not to play G takes H4. And what I mean, it may well be a move here, but what I'm trying to say is, if my opponent plays H5, I see that H4 is coming.
Maybe you need to go H4. Let's give him the G4 square again.
He'll go Bishop G4, right?
Yeah.
After H4, he'll go Bishop G4. And again, there's a crisis because, but I don't know. It's a very difficult position.
Yeah.
But I certainly, but H4 is not. Maybe H4 is not a bad idea, guys. Like I go H4, and if you play Bishop G4,
G3.
Can I go? You want to go G3?
I want to go G3.
If G3, can I not take?
Pawn takes.
Pawn takes, take, and then like knight takes E5. Can I do stuff like this?
There's even queen takes as well. I guess. Can I go?
But the knight can go to D3 as well.
Yeah, it's uncomfortable,
Very.
Yeah, it's uncomfortable.
Very, very, very uncomfortable. That's why I was thinking that maybe if after Bishop G4, can I not play Queen B3? I don't know, because at least I'm attacking B7.
Yeah.
But I think knowing Medfi, it's the last thing he's going to be worried about.
No, he's going to go knight E7 or something.
He's going to play the most aggressive and
Bishop B4 even.
He's going to play something dynamic.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I wouldn't look facing Medfi. It won't be surprising even to see Bishop E6. I'm making an example. Queen takes B7, Rook C8. These are type of ideas that they just flow to him.
Yeah.
Bishop D5 and your queen maybe okay or not. You have no possible for the queen. But maybe 97, then bishop d5, and your queen could be in trouble. So
Yeah.
you know, there is. So I don't know. I really don't know. This is so unorthodox.
H5 was
This
amazing, yeah. Putting the test,
right?
testing
Yeah.
white, yes. Mm.
It's. But I mean, look. For me, it's look, gentlemen. It's for me not a question of is it absolutely correct or not. It is a question of, you know, sometimes in chess, the talent is in the ability to take the player to where you want to go. Right? It goes back to what Tal was saying, that you want to take the player to a jungle, right? To the forest where, you remember that saying by Tal?
2 plus 2 equals 5 or what?
Exactly.
1 and 1 plus 1. I
Exactly.
don't know what it is, yeah.
Yeah, he said something, right? Something like that.
Yeah,
But,
yeah.
you know, it's the ability to make the player play your game.
Yeah.
You know, because now we're in a forest now. I mean, things are flying, and it's move 8.
Ooh.
And I've got the white pieces. This is talent. I mean, come on, right?
Yeah. For sure.
It is a talent to be able to create this. It's really impressive.
Yeah, definitely agree on that one. So let's see how things continue here. So G3, H4. White decided to capture. Just want to point out now the natural bishop G2, and black of course has H3, and the squeeze continues.
You're not getting out today.
Yeah. So that's
You're
another
not
thing.
seeing. You're not gonna see the sun today. You're incarcerated. Not getting out today.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Yes.
So
And
yeah,
can I look at a really wild idea? Like,
yeah.
for example, if knight takes h4, now there's a game that comes to mind, and this game was a rapid game. I'm not sure if it was rapid or blitz. I think rapid, where Prague beat Klaasen, right? And Prague was playing with the white piece. I don't remember the move. Maybe you guys remember this game, but Klaasen had played g6 somewhere, and Prague played h4, h5, and knight takes h5, and Prague sacked the exchange. Rook takes h5. Do you guys remember that game?
I remember something like that. Yes, these youngsters, they have no nerves. They just go for it.
He beat Carlson in that game. So what I'm trying to say is it unreasonable to think that Matthew was planning this?
I would think that that's his first thing on his mind.
It's the first thing, and I don't think he's gonna do anything else once he gets there, right?
Yeah.
Because I mean, okay, let's say for example, after this I play something like, I don't know. Oh wait, White wants to play Bishop G2. So should I play? If I play Queen D5, you play Rook G1. Bishop G2 is coming. I don't want to do that.
Can you go Bishop F5 and Rook C8 maybe?
Bishop F5, Rook C8 maybe. You want to go to C2?
Yeah. But is White just gonna castle short maybe?
You mean after Bishop G2, like if I do something?
Maybe White will just try to get out of it.
Yeah, but look at the black squares. I mean, it's. But look, there is. I'm not sure, but it's interesting nonetheless. But yeah, but okay. Even after knight h4, I don't maybe have to play rook.
Black has some options here, right?
Yeah. I have some options as well, and but very exciting.
Yes. So Matthew that give White the choice of taking with the knight.
Yes.
Instead, pawn takes pawn happened. Knight G7. Knight F5. And here, White played King F1, maybe trying to get out of the pin over there.
Yes.
Bishop E6.
I think this is basically like, for our viewers who want to look at how to play dynamically. Have a look. The most important thing is not material. He's not thinking, I want to get my pawn back, right? What he's thinking is, I don't want my opponent to get out. Yeah. And You know what? Guys. We'll continue. May I show one very quick game? This reminds me of this game. Sorry, just not the whole
Yeah, yeah.
game, but I remember a Paul Murphy game where it goes like something like this: e4, e5, and Paul Murphy is playing with the black pieces. The guy plays d5. Paul Murphy plays d5. The guy takes. Paul Murphy plays d4. Knight c3. Knight f6. I'm sure you guys know this game. e3. He plays bishop before. It reminds me of the,
Yeah.
and after bishop d2, he plays e3. Bishop takes e3, and then he castles. You know, right? He's like, doesn't care about the material. You know. So now if you go right here, you know, h5, g3, h4, knight e7, and here, right here, bishop is. It reminds me of this. You know, in a sense that I'm just more interested in my opponent not being able to get out more than I want material. I just want complete control and dynamic and keep their pieces there, and I want to get my pieces out.
Yes.
It's
Beautiful.
amazing, yeah.
Beautiful stuff. So bishop e6 happened. Well put there, Watu. And the tension continues. Knight b3. Queen drops back.
Yeah.
Bishop g5.
Very
And,
logical. Stopping castling and everything, right?
Yeah. And I mean, okay, black still needs to develop the dark squared bishop, get the rooks involved. White is not standing very, okay, white's a bit awkwardly placed here, didn't castle. And question is how to increase, maybe to the viewers we can pose the question, how to put more pressure on white, how to increase the pressure. You can just pause the video. And okay, now that you've unpaused it, this is what black played.
He just wants you. That's all he wants.
H5, A5.
Maybe just wants to harass his opponents. He doesn't want to give them. He doesn't want to give them a break.
Yeah, you can't relax for one moment.
No, he doesn't want to allow them to relax. He just wants to harass them all the time. I mean, A5. I mean, you know, what a move. He wants to play A4, and you know, you need to. You need to find what to do. And
White doesn't want to play A4.
So, you know, I was thinking for a second that can I not fight and play bishop h3? I was thinking, you know, so at if a4, bishop takes f5, knight takes d4, but it doesn't work because bishop h3 is gonna go knight e3 check.
Knight e3 check, yeah.
And then bishop takes h3 check. I mean, you cannot get out.
Ooh. So hitting from all angles over there.
Yeah.
Knight c1 played.
I think it's a very sensible move to try and reroute the pieces. What I like about Ruben's play is that you can tell he's not trying to hold on to material himself. He's trying to find ways to get his pieces involved. Yeah. He wants to punch back. You know, it's interesting.
Yeah, the knight is always nicely placed there on that d3 square. They're holding on to everything. Ruben is trying to adjust his pieces here to better squares. Queen takes b2. Black grabs the b2 pawn. Knight d3. Queen drops back. Okay, and in doing so, I guess you get some dark squares that are loosened now, right? Again, the black isn't really fully going for the material constantly, but removing that b2 pawn, more dark squares open up. And rook b1, white gets some moves in. Queen c7, queen a4, bishop e7. Okay. So the main problem for white is his king, right? Is the rooks aren't coordinating.
Yeah, excuse me, let's move back. I mean, knight f4, I understand knight f4 because you are trying to. But do you have the luxury to play knight f4? I'm not sure. Maybe you do. But I mean, can I not try to somehow?
Where do you put your king? How do you get h1 rook involved?
Exactly. That's why I want to play knight d2. You know, I want to play something like, let's say, knight d2, and then. Okay, let's say I play knight d2.
But is h4 not hanging at some point?
Well, I'm threatening rook takes b7, right? Not, maybe not. Because if you play queen takes, bishop takes d7, check, bishop c6, I can play bishop d7. No, but I can take twice. So I'm threatening rook takes b7.
Okay, should I castle first then?
Yeah, let's say you castle.
The castle.
And now, because I don't know, can I play like this? Bishop takes c6.
Okay, so now, well, let's say pawn takes.
Okay. Now I play knight e4. Okay. Although I'm asking for a lot, because you can play bishop d5.
Yeah.
I wanted to play like, rook g1. Or maybe instead of knight e4, I'm starting not to like knight e4. Maybe just go rook g1.
Rook g1 straight away.
Something like this. And because I have my that knight on f5 is incredibly strong. Yeah?
Rook b8.
Then rook c1. And then I will play knight e4, and then I will. My argument is that your king may be weak also. I don't know.
Some ideas.
But I'm not sure. But okay, I feel like knight f4. I don't know. Are we really comfortable with keeping that bishop there for that long? And we are going to open up the f file.
F file, yeah.
I don't know.
Okay.
It's a way to play, but it's a very difficult position.
Yeah. Okay, so knight f4 was played. Black finished the development. Trades happen. As you pointed out, the f file is open. Queen b3 hits e6, queen d7. White squeezes in the bishop h3. Some pressure on the light squares. Trades happen on g5. So maybe not knight takes, of course, because maybe this one is hanging.
Who's hanging?
On e5, perhaps? Knight takes?
Oh, I see.
But okay, e6 is also hanging, though.
Exactly.
Is there a knight e3 again, or not really at the moment? King on g8 is also...
Yeah, knight e3, I play king g1, right? And I'm saying your king. So, okay, logical move is what? Okay, e8? Is it logical?
And I mean, black is still threatening knight e5, right? So what are you going to drop back? You don't want to play knight f3. You don't want to play f4.
Yeah.
What do you do as white here?
Can you play queen takes b7?
b7, queen d5? No, bishop g2. And bishop g2, knight e3 again.
Sorry, I'm busy calculating. I was busy calculating queen takes b7, rook b8, queen takes d7,
rook b1,
knight e3 check.
Oh, you go knight e3 check first, of course. Okay.
Maybe, or because you can play king e1.
King e1, yeah.
Rook takes king d2, and it's not clear if I'm getting you. So okay, if queen b7, but queen b7 looks dangerous, right? Rook b8, queen takes d7. Rook b1, king g2, knight takes h4, king g3. I don't know what's happening. I don't know, but
it looks interesting for sure. But I would first maybe calculate just queen b7, queen d5. That looks already
queen d5. I'm going to play bishop g2.
Bishop g2, knight e3.
Then knight e3.
Yeah.
Then knight e3. Oh no, then queen d5 is strong.
Yeah. So I'll first try to make that work. But that one certainly looks like a juicy one that you looked at.
Yeah.
Okay, but okay, I guess the point is that e5 is hanging continuously there. So white decided to.
But you see, gentlemen, it goes back to that thing about that f file being open.
Yeah. F file. So h takes g got played. Rook a8 again, consolidating for the moment. White plays g6.
I guess he wants to transfer his queen, isn't it? He wants to play like queen d3, queen e4.
Yeah.
That's like one of the ideas, right? Mhm.
And black throws in another something on that side.
Yeah, but now look, I don't know about queen takes b7. I think it's a little bit brave. Why don't I play queen d3? Because I've just played g6. Why don't I play queen d3?
Queen
Can I?
d3.
I don't know if I can. And my argument is that if you play queen d5, maybe I can play rook d5.
Queen d5 rook b5.
Yeah.
Queen takes a2, then I can maybe. But I'm still far from your king, man. You know, I still can't play. I can't go queen e4, queen h4. Then I can go queen e4. So takes a 5 maybe, and queen h4. Can I do that? I don't know. I mean, but I have the feeling that if you play queen takes b7, either
letting go of everything,
or you really are letting go of a lot, because now your opponent is. I mean, you're moving your queen away from a very critical area, isn't it? I mean,
yeah, this looks either good or really bad.
Yes, definitely. Either very good or very bad.
Yeah. So the queen d5 is played logical. Rook b5, continuing to chase the queen.
But now we see more, because not only are you chasing the queen, but you are moving pieces out of the defense. You've moved now basically you 2 units worth about 14 points out of the defensive position.
Yeah.
Very dangerous.
Yeah, so it's looking scary here. And the black queen just inches closer. Queen c4.
Perfectly placed.
Queen looks good there.
Especially against a player like Matthew. I mean, he must be licking his lips here.
And all the pieces are ready to bounce.
This is what he wants.
Yeah.
This is what he wants.
So Ruben keeps on putting oil on the fire here. Rook b6.
Absolutely.
Testing the knight. And again, maybe just one more time. I've said this earlier in the recording, but to the viewers, if you are testing your tactical ability, maybe just pause the video again and check out if you can find black's next move. So if you are done pausing and you are back with us, did you find knight e3?
Yes.
What did the game end over here?
Yes, actually here the game ended, but we just were like looking, because I think everyone is sort of interested. What happens if I take, right?
Yeah, of course. So the king has no. You cannot not accept the sack. Of course, the knight's holding the gate there with all the escape routes. So if pawn takes pawn, then we have rook takes f3. Of course, the pawn is over there. King g2.
And what if I go king g1 instead of king g2?
King g1. Let's
see. Queen c1.
Queen c1, king g2.
Okay. And just like queen c1.
Is it possible to play queen c1? Queen c1, king g2.
King g2.
Is it possible to play queen e2 anyway? Is there any immediate threat?
There's no immediate threat there.
Well, you said queen f2, mate.
Yeah, queen e2 looks good.
Oh, and queen e3. Like if you play queen e2, if I play rook b2, you play queen takes e3.
Queen takes e3 is there. Queen e1 check is also there. Oh no, not queen e1. Yeah, queen e3. And if queen e2, if bishop e6, you just go king h8, and everything is fine and dandy.
You have time to capture. You have time.
Yeah. So black has a bit of time. I think maybe king e2. Of course, also if the king runs the other way, there's immediate mate over there.
Yeah, it's too much. Yeah.
So knight e3, and that's the culmination of that build-up play, and a beautiful game there by black. Beautiful game by black.
Yeah, but you see, a game like that, sometimes we don't give credit to the other player. I
I
mean,
was actually
Ruben
going to mention that. Yes, sometimes
he was punching, he was playing, he wanted
sometimes a
to
player like Ruben, yeah, he allows you to because he's also ambitious. So
exactly,
you sometimes need an opponent like that. Otherwise, the
exactly,
game doesn't end up as beautiful as it could be. So
exactly,
hats off to
exactly,
Ruben as well for
exactly.
fighting.
Hmm.
So yeah, that was quite an entertaining game. Lance, what do you think? Not bad for a typical Cape Town chess league game.
Well, I mean, seeing a move like h5 so early on the board, and then just later on, the guy just whops out a5 on the other side. But I liked Black's play. You can see Black never had problems with developing or getting the pieces just ready. It's like all the pieces was nice, harmoniously played, and as also Watu mentioned with, I'm sure Black considered sacrificing the rook on h4. So yeah, quite entertaining.
Indeed, indeed. What's your final thoughts on the league?
Look, I mean, I cannot praise Blackjack's team enough. I think we shouldn't water down their achievement. I think they surprised me, truth be told. I
Me too.
as you remember in our previous things, I was always saying, because I was counting them in the same sort of league as Gryfontein. I was saying a team to look out for in the future.
Yeah,
This is what I was saying. They're a very young team, and these are my initial thoughts. I thought that they are the team of the future.
yes.
However, they really, really were very convincing, and they did a very, very good job. Which actually now we see when Steinitz struggled with ACL, we cannot take for granted. Because remember, in the first half, they really put those points on the board by beating the less strong teams. There is no weak team, but less strong, right?
Yeah,
They really put
they
and I think
collected.
yes, they collected, and that was the key. That was the key for them,
Yeah,
and they put actually teams under pressure because you knew that you couldn't tie with them because they would compete with game points. So now the only thing now we can say, yeah, as in every sport, pressure is on them now. They need to maintain. They need to defend next year. But well done. But they've got lots of time before they can worry about that. They can enjoy now the great win. So we can safely say at the moment they are the strongest club in the country, and yeah, all credit to them. Yeah,
well done to
really.
Blackjacks. Well
Well
done.
done.
Bravo. So, yeah, I think that is our coverage of the league for this year. What it was a nice journey that we went through to the viewers. You can check out the playlist, the Cape Town Chess League playlist, if you want to see previous episodes. Thanks, of course. I'd like to say, first of all, to my co-host, Watu's always making it exciting of the year. We never miss a moment. So it's always a pleasure working with I am Watu over here. And then, of course, our special guest for the day, Lance. Maybe one
Thanks,
day
Lance.
we'll come and play in the league there also for a few games, perhaps. But
Thank you.
it was good having you on the show, Lance.
Thank you, Watu as well. Thank you for letting me a bit, what is it, co-host or being with you guys as a special guest today. So it was quite entertaining, and it was nice actually hearing the passion and the stories, and you know what I mean. That's what makes chess so beautiful, knowing the underlying assumptions, what's happening, and yeah, absolutely beautiful.
Thanks, Lance. Thanks, everyone, for tuning in. If you like the video, don't forget to smash that subscribe button, like, share, comment, and all of that. And we will see you for the next one soon. Cheers.
Cheers.